This video is about the carbohydrate metabolism. And to remind you what carbohydrates are polysaccharides made out of sugars. So, for example, there's a sugar called glucose, and many glucose units are connected together into a molecule that is long, and it's made out of glucose monosaccharides units. So glucose is a monosaccharide, and this molecule is a polysaccharide or carbohydrate. Poly means many, saccharide means sugars. And some examples of polysaccharides are carbohydrates such as starch, glycogen, and cellulose. Okay. The main sugar in our bodies that our body cells use for energy is called glucose. Some body cells, for example, brain body cells and neurons, can exclusively use glucose for their energy, and they cannot use anything else besides glucose to produce energy. So glucose is the body's preferred source for synthesizing the ATP molecule, the molecule of the energy currency. There are several kind of like fates of the glucose. So the ways that the body can use glucose. So the first way the body uses the glucose, so we're going to call them fates of glucose, is the production of the ATP. ATP is the molecule of energy, so this is how glucose is used for the ATP production. So all body cells that require immediate energy, they what is called oxidize glucose to produce ATP. So glucose is oxidized to form ATP. And this process actually has a name. It is called cellular respiration. So ATP produced from the glucose through the process called cellular respiration. Okay, and that is performed by all of the cells in our body. The second fate of glucose is the synthesis of amino acids. Amino acids are the molecules from which proteins are made. So ATP production, amino acid synthesis. So cells throughout the body can use glucose to form several amino acids, which then can be incorporated into the protein. So not all amino acids, but the certain amino acids can be made from the glucose. So glucose can be used to synthesize amino acids. And I'll go over it in a minute. Number three, the glucose can be used to make glycogen. So this is called the glycogen synthesis. And this is performed not by all of the body cells, but only by certain body cells. So this can be performed by the hepatocytes. These are the cells of the liver. And this can only be performed by myocytes. This is the muscle cells throughout the body. Okay, so we already learned that glycogen is an example of a carbohydrate. That means glycogen is actually made out of many glucose units. So glucose, glucose, glue connected together. So this is glycogen. And it's made out of glucose through the process of synthesis.